Ayo, I'm Andy, and welcome to Hinterland, a nightmare before Christmas, inspired island, and all the holidays thereafter. Today, we are redesigning Jitters. No, Jitters' dream is to run a Spurts coffee pub where every day he can celebrate coffee and spurts all day long, especially the big events like the World Cup, the World Series, the Super Bowl, the Stanley Cup. If it's a spurt, if there's an event, you name it, Jitters wants to celebrate it with a nice cup of Joel. It took a while for Jitters to convince Jack Skellington, the master and lord of the Interlands, that coffee was something worth celebrating. Jack Skellington's goals are to take over all of the holidays and all the celebrations and events that people around the world cherish and come together and get that warm, fuzzy feeling that he got from experiencing Christmas for the first time when he entered the portal to Christmas Town. No, it took a lot of chatting and a lot of convincing that waking up in the morning and celebrating the fact that you're awake with a warm, perfect cup of coffee was an experience that millions of people around the world look forward to every single morning, because coffee and that first perfect sip of coffee brought them that undeniably warm, fuzzy feeling that Jack Skellington was talking about. No, Jack Skellington wasn't exactly 100% convinced, because he's had coffee before. And honestly, he's never had that warm, fuzzy feeling in his earth like Christmas gave him. To be honest, I think he might be more of a tea drinker. Spurts, on the other hand, are very appealing to Jack Skellington. Big, brooding warriors running towards each other, smashing into one another, using weaponry like hockey sticks and baseball bats to claim the world champion prize. Well, that sounds pretty epic. But why would you want to watch that on TV when you could be face to face with the carnage in the arena? But alas, Jitters did convince them, kinda. When the great war between the gyroids and the groundhogs broke out on the beach, Jitters was reassigned. He was set to deal with the war and make sure that the gyroids came out on top. And then, and only then, was Jitters permitted to make a coffee shop spurts pub or whatever. No, the thing about the Groundhog were is that Groundhog Day is a day that lasts forever and continuously resets all of the time. Every day, all day. Once the day ends, that's it. And then the war restarts over and over and over again. It did not matter, or it does not matter, whether or not the gyrates came on top yesterday, because every day is a brand new day for Groundhog Day. No, this didn't necessarily stop Jitters' determination to open up his coffee shop. He was gonna do it, but using all his time and energy every single day to stop the war between the gyroids and the groundhogs. He became extremely exhausted. From sunrise to sunset, the bombs going off, the rattling of explosives, the never-ending rumbling of heavy machinery. And of course, have you ever tried to get work done while vacuum cleaner's going off? I don't think so. So Jitters started to resort to his favorite thing, coffee. Obviously. He would drink coffee every single night to try and stay up as late as possible to see if lengthening the day long into the night would finally turn the tides of the war so Jitters could get on with the more important things in life: spurts and coffee. As you can see, we're setting up a little area or a coffee shop that looks like it's just being put together. Setting some spurts equipment. Jitters is planning on decorating with these kind of things, making it look very spurts pubby, but also keeping true to that cafe kind of nature. All of the tables and things are kind of just shoved into the corners, while Jitters just trying to organize everything, all the decorations, all the posters, all the coffee stuff that he's got laying around. Stop there. Oh yeah, that looks good. I'm gonna move that up. And I'm gonna put an hourglass in here. Jitters uses this hourglass. It's not an hourglass. It is a day glass or a 24-hour glass, so he can keep an eye on the sand and know when the day is born to reset. And he sits here on his new stool. He's thinking, "Oh, get a new stool." There's a new stool for the coffee burr, drinking lots of strong espresso coffee with lots and lots of sugar to keep him awake all night. So he not only has the energy to keep working on his coffee shop, but so he can figure out how to stop the war, or to finally bring the war to an end, so he can just drink coffee and enjoy spurts. Right? Right. Now, as you can imagine, this task is absolutely strung out Jitters. Though he is a very active bird, he has spent countless nights trying to hang TVs on the walls, but they keep falling down from all of the war explosions, and he's starting to give up a little bit. He just wants a really cool spurts pub where you can come by and watch spurts on big spurts TVs. All the games showing all at once. And I know what you're thinking, Andy, there's TVs on the wall. You could just, turn them on and turn them up real loud and ignore all of the word going on. Well, that's a thought. But the electricity goes out at 8:45 a.m. every morning because of the world outside. No matter what he does, he cannot change that fact. The electric lines running to the pub were in construction when Jitters decided to set up shop. And with all the steamrollers outside and all of the disruption and dynamite and TNT, an extremely important part of the work for the gyroids to win, which will eventually give Jitters the salvation that he is looking for, requires the electricity to be turned off. So he is putting all his effort into just stopping the war altogether because it is in his way. It is in the way of his dreams. And so for now, he sits with his cup of coffee under the candlelight of the very fancy, very, very bougie cafe candlelight chandelier. All right, let's get in here and make sure there are no scooches. I like it. It looks very given uppy. Looks pretty cool. I like it. Shall we get Jitters in here? Believe it or not, Jitters used to not have bags under his eyes, and he wasn't always that bug-eyed. He just enjoyed a nice cup of coffee, and it was fine. But over the toils and torment of dealing with the explosive noises and drinking absolutely way too much coffee for one bird, he is turned into a bit of a mess. And Jitters was not always named Jitters. That is just a cruel nickname that was given to him by Jack Skellington because, all of his jitters. Poor little birdie. He's got all these different blends of coffee, and he's trying to make like the best coffee ever, and like no one seems to care. Hopefully, one day, Jitters will find the respect that he deserves, and Jack will come around to the idea that coffee is actually pretty awesome, and it is very much worth celebrating. And just because the spurts on the TV aren't being played directly in front of you does not mean it doesn't bring billions of people joy every single year. I really do hope that Jitters gets its coffee shop. Poor little guy. Yeah, that's goody. Well, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I really do appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed the build. I hope you enjoyed the story. And I hope that our little friend Jitters here gets a good night's sleep one of these days and can open up his Spurt Burr coffee shop. And that he finally gets all the TVs and the decorations that he wants on the walls. And this place would just be buzzing with cheers and yays and caffeinated awesome Spurts fan. What could go wrong? Absolutely nothing. Nope, I know what you're thinking. No, it won't. It's gonna be perfect. It's not my fault, Jitters. Just deal with the word and you can have whatever you want, okay? You understand? You listening, bud? Yeah? Get your gears turning? Good.